Let's move on to the very last subject. And I don't know if your constituency also suffers from this. There was a gas explosion in Dansoman recently. People have come out. Yesterday, I spoke to the fire service. Also the town and country planning, because everybody thinks that they have the final say, they have the last say, they can deny you permits. Also the EPA now saying that they are going to be closing down gas stations that are situated in residential areas. Does your constituency suffer from this?
Thank you very much. Those of us in the urban constituencies, we do suffer from some of these things because a landowner will go and negotiate with will-be investor to build a gas station or a filling station or petrol station without even having the necessary permits. You get phone calls that this thing is being done, you have to take certain steps to help stop some of these emergencies. We've had a lot of these gas explosions. The one that happened in Kumasi, in Ashanti region, and even the collapse of buildings. Question is, what motivates some of these people to start these projects? Is it the case that the EPA and the town and country planning people are not up to task? Because nobody will start a gas plant without having procured the necessary permits. So my view is that if the EPA is complaining, town and country plan, they are all running for cover. I think the Minister for Interior, the Environment Minister, and the AMA boss must summon some of these officers to their offices and ask them all the relevant questions, and if need be, fired, because they cannot sit and be receiving salaries and not knowing what is happening within their operational zones. So I think the AMA boss, the NADMO boss, the Interior Minister, the Environment Minister must call these officials and conduct thorough investigation into why this thing happened, especially the sub-metros. Because we cannot sit and allow these things to continue.
NADMO is now saying that they would request prosecution of owners of this particular one that happened in Dansoman, and I'm just wondering, do they have the power to do this?
You see, the question is, if the person is able to produce a permit that allowed him to build there, then we'll go back into the issuing authority, whether they did the right environmental impact assessment, whether that zone was mapped out for the siting of a gas station. Those are the things that the AMA and the town and country planning people have to do before NADMO can say this. They don't have that power.
It's amazing, but you know, yesterday I also had a conversation with the town and country who also say that there's rapid developments. So places that were not earmarked for residences have now become homes, so that they are sharing walls with some of these filling stations. And I was wondering, is there something that could happen? Because if it's not a residential area and it has become a residential area, then if we want to enforce the law, then we're thinking about breaking down houses and displacing people as well.
Mama, we have a town and country planning authority. They want to be an authority now, I believe so. There's an act, a bill before Parliament. And you ask yourself, what is their core responsibility? They are to ensure that places earmarked as residential areas stay as such. If a property is left to be used as a park, it has to be left as that. But people go behind and build in waterways, build on parks or recreational areas, areas which are not supposed to house gas or filling stations. And when you go, you find out that they have issued them with permits. So they cannot blame anybody for that. The buck stops on their table to ensure that proper zoning regulations are enforced. They all travel, they are exposed. When they travel abroad, don't they see how the industries or companies are cited, that you cannot do anything anyhow? Is it a case that they connive with some of these business people? I don't want to believe that. And they must be up to task and enforce the regulations that the government or parliament has passed.
Okay. All right, Honorable Patrick Yabuama, I want to say thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
A lot more clarity to some of the subjects.
Thank you very much. And have a good day.
Yeah, you too.